for these snakes or things for snakes?
So, we're buying a cake for a landowner so we can find some speckled kings.
Could we get it to say thanks for the snakes, but like the number 4?
Oh, for the snakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're in Auburn, Alabama, and we had to make a quick pit stop because Noah and I are trying to butter up some landowners so we can find some speckled kings on their land.
We're not trying to.
A strategic move. Let's go. All right.
Got a fire ant nest. You ready?
Yes.
Damn.
Well. Speckled! Yeah!
Yeah!
Weren't there 2? Yeah. This one don't look as good.
Gray rat and
Oh my god, it's so good, dude. Can I grab the speck?
Here, let me get a pick. Here, back.
Oh. All right, everybody.
Dude, this rat is good too.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about when I said, oh my god, it's good. Oh, yes.
Let's flip this other one. Just hold on to
Oh,
those guys.
yes. Hello, boys. Get this side. All right, everybody. First of 2 snakes flipped under that board, and our first 2 snakes of the day is this gray rat snake, a beautiful snake. These guys usually don't look this nice, and this is also a pretty big one. Nice sized snake, being pretty good with us, sitting perfectly still for photos, not behaving too poorly, just generally a pleasant snake to be around, and also pleasant to look at. Awesome stuff. This is a bycatch snake, but they are a great snake. Big, charismatic, handsome, beautiful faces on these guys. Beautiful eyes, beautiful patterning. Just beautiful all around. But we are, actually I already took my photos of this snake, so I'm gonna go release him. Noah and I are gonna go release him, and then we'll take some video of the king and get on out of here. Is he getting grumpy with you?
He did get grumpy with me.
Uh-oh, we got a warm man.
He's been bad.
Here, let me get that. All right, well, here is the second snake of that flip, and our biggest target for the day. This is a speckled king snake in central Alabama. These guys are super cool. Back home, we would be losing our mind right now. These are about the rarest snake in the state of Colorado. But here in Alabama, they're much more common. Still a great snake. That's why we come out here to see them. Absolutely beautiful. For all intents and purposes, these guys are actually classified as a black king snake. But as you can see, that's pretty textbook speckled king look. Absolutely beautiful snake. He is a little bit muddy. If he'll show us his face, got a little bit of mud on there. Definitely could use a shed. But this is a great looking snake. Not as nice as they come down here, but still super nice. Great to see them. But we've got plenty more spots to hit for the rest of the day, so we're going to release these 2 and get on our way. But just great to see this snake right here. Exactly what we were looking for. We found one at this same spot last year, and it turned up another one. But anyways, we're going to release these snakes right here and keep on moving. We've got plenty of spots to hit today, so hopefully we'll be able to turn up a few more of these. All right, I've got this guy. The other one's around my neck. We're going to release him now.
He's starting to go already. He knows. He's releasing himself. That's awesome. Yeah.
There's nothing better than a good roadside board.
Hasn't weathered too well yet. Oh, speckled king.
Holy jeez! Yeah, nicely done. You might want to grab him. He's in a hole, I think.
He is, but he's coming out. Dude,
a
look at
little
that
man.
Snake.
Dude, give me some.
Yes.
All right, well, maybe 10 minutes up the road, and we've got snake number 2 for the day. That being this juvenile speckled king snake that literally when we flipped the board, we were about to put it back down, and he started crawling out of the hole, or just started moving. I don't know what happened, but super cool. A smaller one. This is the smallest one that we've seen in Alabama. Bigger than the small one that we saw in Colorado last year, but super cool. This guy's really nice looking. Unfortunately, he was the worst. They have this like candy cane thing he's doing right now, where they just like ball up and hide their head away. Oh look, now he's a snake again. Cool, but beautiful snake. There you can see that those bands. He's got a lot of Eastern King in him, don't you think? Those are not like the bands that most Speckled Kings get. That is Eastern King influence for sure. Absolutely awesome. And he's finally being a good boy now. Maybe we'll be able to get some photos. Alright, one more look at this snake real quick. In this beautiful blackland prairie habitat. Or black soil prairie habitat. You know what I mean, people.
It's called the Blackland Prairie. That's not an inaccurate assessment.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was black soil. Anyways, now that he's no longer ruining photos, we can... Dude, what is he doing? Look.
He's going.
There he goes. Come on, we've got other kings to find. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. Go on. Alright, good enough for me. Alright, everybody. So, if you can't tell, we have switched spots a little bit here. We kind of exhausted all the spots that we had in the last area, so we moved to this beautiful pine forest here, freshly burned, where we are going to be looking for Scarlet Kingsnakes, as well as just about anything else that we might be able to find. This is some great habitat. I've already been peeling some of these burned up trees that are down in here, so we've got some habitat, we've got some daylight left. Hopefully we'll be able to salvage the day and turn up a few more snakes. Alright, everybody, so after about an hour at that last spot, Noah and I switched it up and came to these bottomlands here with all these swamps and pools in them to look for this guy. This is a Gulf Coast Mud Salamander. It may not look like much right now, but evidently that's a pretty big find. I'm not from the area, so I don't really know, what is and isn't a big deal always, but Noah tells me that this is a real big deal. Noah's seen one of them. I'm not doing good audio today at all. Alright, well, after switching up from our last spot, we spent about an hour there. It came over to some beautiful swampy bottomlands here and found this guy within, 15-20 minutes. This is a Gulf Coast Mud Salamander, the first representative I've ever seen of any mud salamander, and evidently this is a pretty big deal. Super cool. He's really beautiful. Like, he looks kind of muddy from far away, but then once you get close, he's nice and just variable red coloration in there. Absolutely beautiful. We are going to photograph this guy, take a little bit of time to do that, and then I will be right back to talk more about him. Alright, everybody. So, about 25-30 minutes ago, Noah and I switched spots. Came over to this, Alright, everybody. So, we wrapped up at that last spot. It was fine habitat, but we just weren't seeing anything. We came over to these swampy bottomlands here to look for this beautiful little salamander. Is a Gulf Coast Mud Salamander. My first, the first time I've ever seen any. Can you help? Alright, everybody, so we switched spots after that last spot. We were there, maybe 40 minutes. The habitat was fine, just wasn't really doing it for us. We came to these swampy bottomlands to look for this beautiful little guy. This is a Gulf Coast Mud Salamander. They are named as such because they live in the mud. And we were sitting here flipping logs, and Noah flipped over a log and found this guy. Super cool. My first time seeing any representative of the mud snake species. These guys are super cool. I don't really know anything about them on account of not knowing about most salamanders in the southeast, but he's really cool, really beautiful. Evidently these guys are also pretty hard to come by. A lot of this habitat in this area can get pretty degraded. It's also kind of hard to get into good habitat in most places, I would imagine. So really cool to see him here, and probably is going to end up being a really great way to round out the day. Noah and I have spent the last, 10 minutes or so photographing this guy and got something I like. I think Noah got the same, so probably just going to end up releasing him. But Really, really beautiful. That red coloration on the sides is just absolutely, it's absolutely insane. And it's been really nice on this trip too to be able to, you know, dip a toe further into the salamander diversity that exists here in the southeast, because I think I mentioned this earlier this week in a previous video that something like, isn't it like 80% of all of the salamander diversity is in the southeast?
Yeah,
something like
ridiculous. Not 80, but yeah.
Something.
A lot of it.
Most of the salamanders anywhere in the world occur in the southeastern United States, and we've been able to come out here and catalog that and have a look at that really nicely. So we're going to release this guy and we're going to keep on moving. All right, everybody, welcome back. Today is my final full day in Georgia, and Noah and I are going to spend some time today in this beautiful habitat here looking for scarlet kings. Among other snakes, there's coral snakes here. There should be pea and hognose. There's tons of stuff here. So Noah and I are going to spend the day flipping rocks, peeling logs, and hopefully start turning some snakes up. Just moments after arriving, Noah found this strange looking green anole. These guys are usually green and they don't have that crest, but this guy is totally black with this super awesome, he looks like a Spinosaurus. He's awesome. They will get this color, like this dark brown, green, black color that he's got going on right now. That's not really that atypical, but that crest is just awesome. And our first salamander of the day is this Webster salamander, a totally new face to the vlog. This is my lifer. I've never seen one before. These guys are evidently pretty common here though, so not going to take too much time, just going to record some video, get a few shots, and then we're going to keep moving. That thing is neat. He's nice looking too, dude.
Yeah, they look great in pictures too, because they have like, they have that red back thing going where they have a lot of details.
Yeah, I love that. Anyways, we're going to release them and keep moving. Next find of the day here in Noah's hand is a cool one. One of my favorite lizard groups are skinks, and this is my lifer Broadhead Skink, a big female. Males would have a giant crazy head and some different patterning on them as well. But this one is a female. She's got smaller head and some really nice patterning and a really beautiful tail. These guys are super cool. These guys are the biggest skink in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think they're actually bigger than Great Plains skinks.
Biggest in the U.S.?
Yeah, they're either bigger or tied with Great Plains skinks.
Yeah, just about the biggest skink in the U.S., if not the biggest skink in the U.S. Really only rivaled by the Great Plains skinks that we can find back home. But super cool. I love a good skink, so I'm going to take some time to photograph this one. And then we're going to keep moving. Hopefully start running into some snakes soon. We've had a quality morning for lizards with that cool anole. Noah flipped another really green one, and then now this girl. But hopefully we start getting into some snakes. Alright, well, this is the rock where Noah flipped this beautiful girl, and we are going to let her go back under there. Alright, well, shortly after releasing that broad-headed skink, here we've got our first snake of the day. This is a gray rat snake that Noah just found sitting under some bark in an old dead tree. Absolutely gorgeous snake. We saw one of these yesterday. The one we saw yesterday was an adult. This one's a juvenile. But a really nice looking snake. And he looks... Do you think that he's got some black rat in him because of the integrate zone? Definitely. Yeah. He looks a little black ratty, especially towards the tail there. He's got some of what looks like black rat characteristics. But super nice looking snake, being real well behaved, just sitting here checking us out. So we're going to return him to his tree bark and keep on moving. Shortly up the trail, and we've got yet another rat snake here. This guy's completely in situ. You can see he's hiding his head under his body there, just enjoying the sun. Likely came from this tree right here. Came out from, I don't know, a stump hole, maybe even under the bark, just to come bask. Enjoying a nice day for himself, and I am more than happy to let him continue to do that, because I got some shots on my camera, Noah got some on his, got some video, no need to bother him at all. So I'm going to leave him here, and we're going to keep moving. Alright, well, next snake of the day is not what we came to see, though it might look for it, but... Alright, so the next snake of the day is this awesome scarlet snake. These things, this is not a Scarlet Kingsnake, which is what we came here to see, but this is a scarlet snake. Very cool snake. These guys are egg eaters. He's a little bit on the skinny side, which is probably because there are no eggs here in the middle of March. These guys don't eat as much as most other snakes would, and that's because they have to be pretty eruptive with the way they eat. They must just pack it away in May and June, and then
it shows in their behavior too, because like if you came and flipped out here in May and June, I bet you'd see a couple of them.
Really?
Yeah. Like
wow.
Last year the only one I flipped was in June on a
These things
90-degree day.
These things are cool, dude. They share that same tricolor pattern with the milks and coral snakes and Scarlet Kingsnakes, but completely different family. These guys are from the genus Somaphora, or not completely different family, but completely different genus. But what a cool snake. Not something I was expecting to see. Really cool looking banding though. That is so freaking cool. Absolutely amazing. These things are so cool. One of the weirder snakes I've ever seen. There's not really anything much like this. Noah had the comparison to long-nosed snakes, which I can see, but just nothing quite the same. Super cool. And in some great habitat. We're having a great day. It's beautiful outside. Nothing better. Look at that. That thing is so cool, dude. And I like finding them like snakes when you're not expecting them.
They're one of those things that just randomly pops up.
Yeah, I love snakes like that. Canem are like that too. That's why I like Canem. Absolutely awesome. There he goes.
Alright, we're trying this spot again and it seems to be working better. Because he was like under the rock. He was all the way over
Yeah,
here.
he was all the way under there.
I think we just put the rock back a little too well the first time and it was too well seated.
There he goes. Alright, next two snakes of the day. 2 more ringnecks on the trip. Noah just found them under this log right here. Nice looking snakes, but you know, that is the most common snake of this whole trip. So we're just gonna throw him back under this log. God, look at that belly though. He's got it going on. Nice. But yeah, we're just gonna release these guys and keep on moving. Alright, next snake of the day, another ringneck. Just better look at that great belly of theirs. But man, these guys have been so common this trip. We're probably upwards of 50 of them. Just gonna release it back where it was found, keep moving. It's been probably, I don't know, an hour and a half since I checked in, but here with the next snake of the day, who is dropping a huge meaty turd on my hand, that's awesome, is a Midwestern worm snake. These guys have been pretty common this trip. I do think this is definitely the first one of the day. I just don't know where we are in videos, whether this one's gonna be in or not, but another one of these guys, super cool snake, but not the Scarlet King we are hoping to find in this habitat, so he's gonna go back under his rock and we're gonna keep working for him. See you later, friendo. Not a few seconds after that first worm snake of the day, we came up the hill and Noah flipped another one. You guys already know what I'm gonna do with this guy. Just gonna toss him back under his rock and keep working. Today has been a hard fought day for whatever reason, so gonna keep putting in the effort and hopefully we will get a Scarlet King before the sun goes down.